when bringing the internet to India became our achievement. Transforming into a Tier 1 network became our goal. When connecting businesses globally became our mission, delivering next-gen digital platform services became our vision. When metamorphosing into a digital ecosystem enabler became our driver, creating the digital fabric to power the future became our catalyzer. Synthesizing hyper-intelligent technology to unleash the next big step forward. This is what defines us. It's our DNA and our reason to be. And it empowers us to constantly transform ourselves and the world's largest enterprises. Together, we will be the transformation that the world wants to see. We are Tata Communications, a leading Comtech player.
These rich words of Jamsetji Tata ring in our ears and inspire our intent to deliver the digital future while doing good for people, the planet, and communities we touch. Our sustainability strategy, based on the environmental, social, and governance framework, aims to create long-term stakeholder value and sustainable growth for our business. It focuses on increasing renewable energy, energy efficiency, enabling carbon abatement for customers through low-carbon products and services, and offsetting remaining emissions through community projects. Over the last year, we have sourced 23 million kilowatt hours of renewable energy. We have also helped our customers reduce 661,543 metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent GHG emissions through green solutions. We have also achieved a 9% decrease in emission intensity. With structured corporate social responsibility initiatives, our commitment to serve has deepened over time, helping us enhance the life situations of more than 1.5 million people around the world. Employee volunteering is a cornerstone that brings our intent and actions together for us. Perhaps the greatest example of Tata Communications' culture of volunteering is Drive Week, our flagship global Tools Down Volunteering Week, where the organization comes together to celebrate being in the service of our communities. Our combined efforts are crucial to improve our people engagement, strengthen resource conservation, promote renewable energy, support our customers, and to care for the community, all for progressing towards a better world together.
Good morning, shareholders. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the 37th Annual General Meeting of the company. This meeting is being held through video conferencing and has been convened in accordance with the relevant circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the Securities and Exchange Board of India. The company has taken all necessary steps to ensure that the shareholders are provided with an opportunity to participate in this AGM through video conferencing. The proceedings of this meeting are also being webcast live on the NSDL platform. In accordance with the Articles of Association of the company, Ms. Renuka Ramnath, Chairperson of the Board of Directors, will chair this meeting. Although most of the shareholders would be well versed with the procedure to participate through video conferencing means, let me quickly take you through the steps for participation. All the shareholders have, by default, been put on mute to avoid any background noise. For the question and answer session, the name of the shareholders who have registered themselves as speakers will be announced one by one. Each speaker shareholder will then be given an option by the moderator to unmute themselves and may then express their views or ask their questions. To display their video, speaker shareholders can click the video button once on their device. It will take a few seconds for the video to come on. Shareholders are requested not to repeatedly click on the video button till the video is displayed. If the shareholder cannot activate the video for any reason, he or she may continue speaking through the audio mode. Speaker shareholders are requested to use their headphones with mic so that they are clearly audible and the background noise is minimal. We also request shareholders to speak steady and loud so that we can note down the questions properly. Speaker shareholders are requested to ensure that their Wi-Fi connections are not being used for any other purpose and that there is no other application running in the background. Please ensure proper lighting in order to have a good audio and video experience at the meeting. In case a speaker shareholder is experiencing any connectivity problem at their end, we will request the next shareholder to speak. Once connectivity problems are resolved, the shareholder will be requested to speak again after other registered shareholders have completed speaking. All shareholders are requested to limit their speaking time to 3 minutes each. For any technical issues faced by the shareholders at their end during the AGM, they may contact the helpline numbers mentioned in the notice of the AGM. If at any time during the AGM you lose internet connectivity, you may log in again by following the same process. We have the requisite quorum in attendance through video conferencing, and with the permission of the chairperson, I call this meeting to order. I'd like to confirm that the representatives of our promoters, Tata Sons Private Limited and Panaton Finvest Limited, have joined this meeting through video conferencing. We also have representatives of Messrs. S.R. Bartley Boy and Associates LLP, our statutory auditors, Mr. Upendra Shukla, the secretarial auditor, Ms. Ketki De Visaria, the cost auditor, attending this meeting. Representatives of Messrs. Parikh and Associates, who have been appointed as scrutinizers for the e-voting process, are also attending this meeting through video conferencing. The e-voting facility is open for the shareholders attending the meeting who have not voted earlier through remote e-voting and will remain open for 15 minutes after the conclusion of the meeting. Shareholders may cast their votes electronically on the NSDL e-voting platform during this time. There will be no proposing or seconding of the resolutions. The directors of the company are attending this meeting from our office at Bandra Kurla Complex, Mumbai. I request each of the directors to introduce themselves. May we start with our chairperson, Ms. Renuka Ramnath. Ms. Ramnath.
Good morning. I am Renuka Ramnath. I am the chairperson of the board and an independent director. I also chair the audit committee of the company and I am a member of the nomination and remuneration committee.
Thank you. Mr. A.S. Lakshmi Narayanan.
Good morning, shareholders. I am A.S. Lakshmi Narayanan, the Managing Director and CEO of Tata Communications, a member of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee, and also the Corporate Social Responsibility, Safety and Sustainability Committee.
Thank you. Mr. Krishna Kumar Natarajan.
Good morning, shareholders. I am Krishna Kumar Natarajan and I am an independent director on the board. I chair the Nominations and Remunerations Committee and the Stakeholder Relationship Committee, and also a member of the Audit Committee, Risk Management Committee, and Corporate Social Responsibility, Safety and Sustainability Committee.
Thank you. Mr. Ashok Sinha.
Good morning, shareholders. I am Ashok Sinha and I am an independent director on the board and a member of the Audit Committee, Corporate Social Responsibility, Safety and Sustainability Committee, and the Risk Management Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. N.G. Subramaniam.
Good morning, shareholders. I am N. Ganapati Subramaniam, a non-executive director on the board and a member of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee.
Mr. Ankur Verma.
Good morning, shareholders. I am Ankur Verma, a non-executive director on the board. I am a member of Audit Committee and Stakeholder Relationship Committee. Thank you.
Alongside the directors, we also have with us our Chief Financial Officer, Kabir.
Good morning, shareholders. My name is Kabir Ahmed Shakir, and I am the Chief Financial Officer of Tata Communications.
The notice and the assured integrated annual report containing the director's report, report of the statutory and secretarial auditors, and financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st of March 2023 have been sent to the shareholders through electronic mode. The reports of the statutory auditors on the standalone and consolidated financial statements and the secretarial auditors do not contain any qualifications or adverse remarks. With the consent of the shareholders, I will take the reports of the statutory auditors and secretarial auditors as read. As mentioned in the AGM notice, the following resolutions are proposed for the approval of shareholders. 1. Adoption of audited standalone financial statements for FY 2022-23. 2. Adoption of audited consolidated financial statements for FY 2022-23. 3. Declaration of dividend of Rs 21 per equity share. 4. Appointment of Mr. N.G. Subramaniam as director liable to retire by rotation. 5. Ratification of cost auditors remuneration for FY 2023-24. 6. Appointment of Mr. Ankur Verma as a non-executive and non-independent director. 7. Approval of Tata Communications Limited Employee Stock Unit Plan 2023. This is a special resolution. 8. Approval for grant of employee stock units for the employees of subsidiary companies of the company under Tata Communications Limited Employee Stock Unit Plan 2023. This is also a special resolution. With the permission of the shareholders, I take the notice of the meeting as read. The registers as mandated by the Companies Act 2013 and the documents specified in the AGM notice are available for inspection by the shareholders. I now request Ms. Renuka Ramnath, Chairperson of the meeting, to address the shareholders. Ms. Ramnath.
Dear shareholders, as the chairperson of this company and on behalf of the entire board of directors who are here in front of you and the management team of Tata Communications, I'm very pleased to welcome all of you to the 37th annual general meeting of Tata Communications. This has been convened virtually in this era of hybrid working. I'd like to begin by expressing my deep gratitude to all of you, our shareholders, our directors on the board, employees of the company, and other stakeholders for your unwavering support throughout the year. I deeply appreciate the exemplary efforts of our management and employees under the commendable guidance of our CEO, Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, to achieve double-digit revenue growth and the highest ever consolidated profit in the history of Tata Communications. I now take the opportunity to welcome our newest board member, Mr. Ankur Verma. He joined the board on 19th of April 2023. Ankur brings a tremendous knowledge of corporate finance, deep understanding of value creation, and has imbibed the core values of the Tata Group. His insights and wise counsel will tremendously help your company as it furthers its strides towards even greater progress. Now coming to my speech. All of you will agree that the demand for a reliable, resilient, and flexible internet continues to rise while there is a persistent need for greater computing power and cybersecurity. These needs drive innovation and new approaches to value chains and business models in every industry. Our effort has been to digitally transform enterprises across all layers. With cloud, data, and security being the need of the hour, the trends shaping 2023 and beyond underline the growing complexities of the world, underpinned by hyperconnectivity of everything, be it people, machines, things, or processes. Enterprises globally are making significant headway in modernizing their IT estate in preparation for the next cycle of digital innovation. Worldwide, IT spending is projected to be $4.5 trillion in 2023, and even on this large base, it is growing at the rate of 2.4% from 2022. As inflation continues to erode purchasing power, enterprises are focused on achieving operational efficiencies by using technology as a lever. Today, every business, whether it is financial services, healthcare, education, mobility, is embracing digital technology to attract its appropriate customers, automate and optimize processes for saving costs, cut costs across the organization, and grow revenues for their customers. As the world migrates from a connected to a hyper-connected sphere, where various devices, platforms, technologies belonging to different ecosystems can literally converse, share intelligence and insights with each other, and provide very high levels of experience and value to consumers and enterprises, we at Tata Communications empower these hyper-connected ecosystems through our portfolio of platforms, services, and solutions. We believe that human to everything connectivity is the next frontier. As more and more devices become connected to the internet and to each other, people will be able to interact in a new and a more powerful way. Anything can be connected, from whether it is employees to the shop floor in which they work, whether it's vehicles with each other, remote sensors, and more. To deliver on these emerging technology trends and to be a step ahead of the innovations that will shape the industry, your company has been playing a pivotal role in the digital revolution. From launching a dedicated private 5G Global Center of Excellence in Pune for accelerating Industry 4.0 applications and capabilities for enterprises, or whether it is delivering smart IoT solutions for providing real-time data to enhance operational efficiency of enterprises, or whether it is creating a low-maintenance, resilient systems with analytics embedded for decision-making, we at Tata Communications have demonstrated resilience, adaptability, and a commitment to excellence. Your organization has continued to thrive thanks to the relentless pursuit of innovation, operational efficiency, and customer centricity by every employee of TCL under the able guidance of Lakshmi. We have been enabling digital transformation for our enterprise customers through our ever-evolving stack of platform solutions. By doing so, we have strengthened our competitive position and expanded our reach in the market. We continue to have a very strong focus on sustainability and have made several interventions in the direction of climate change, energy conservation, community development, water conservation, waste reduction, and zero harm to our employees, society, and environment. Lakshmi coined the word reimagine a few years back, as a strategy which unveiled that in 2020, our focus will be more to stay relevant to our customers through the digital ecosystem, which will allow for deeper engagement and bringing together of multiple products to deliver a platform solution to meet specific customer needs while driving financial fitness within TCL itself. Before I get to talking about the financial results for the past year, I believe it's important to articulate the challenges around growing the data business. We are acutely aware of the fact that growth is the one thing that all of you are very focused on, and want to assure you that that is a very, very important metric for all of us in TCL. Your company has gone through a significant transformation from being imagined as an infrastructure provider to becoming a network solution provider. I must highlight that the infrastructure business goes through a meaningful price erosion every year. And what you see as the final growth number in the annual report is adjusted for this erosion in the infrastructure business. So what started 3 years ago under the able leadership of Lakshmi, the reimagined strategy, where the management invested in a shift from being a product player to a platform player, has now grown into a vision to stitch all our platforms into a digital fabric. This has been a phenomenal journey of both learning and growth, and more importantly, building huge differentiation in the offerings of your company to its customers. One of the key differentiation for TCL has been that TCL is a born B2B specialist. There aren't that many players in the world who can call themselves dedicated B2B players. We know exactly what our customers, which is the enterprises, need to manage their own digital ecosystem. We care further in investing in understanding our customers' needs and stitching together a solution that works most appropriately to solve their problems. Years of investing in this strategy has helped your company build very good muscle with respect to providing appropriate enterprise solutions. At the same time, we have been investing in building breadth and depth in the portfolio of platforms and solutions, which has now allowed your company to go and have conversations with a wide variety of companies in a wide variety of sectors across the globe. Our expanded portfolio allows us to talk not just to the CIOs. This has been a very big change again that has been brought about by Lakshmi, where the amount of investment that has gone in building different solutions across different layers of the organization allows our marketing and sales team to go and have conversations with the CIOs, but more importantly with various business heads within those companies, thereby deepening our experience and expanding our customer wallet. Last but not the least has been humongous effort by our sales and marketing team to drive a very large funnel. And the new strategy of 1-3-30, which again Lakshmi introduced when he took over as the CEO, has already begun to give us good payback in terms of expanded funnel and sales opportunities. Technology in the context of organization is not about throwing what we have at them, but it is one about listening very deeply to their needs and finding appropriate solutions to solve the problems. Many times it is one of co-creating along with our customers to give the right solution to either expand their income or reduce their cost. And your company has played a very distinctive role in this, towards this solution finding, which is what has led to the growth that we have seen in the last year and the financial results that your management has been able to deliver. I would like to say that we have decisively laid the foundation for our ambition to double our data revenue growth over the next 4 years. Our competitive edge, combined with our unique digital fabric positioning, has made Tata Communications a formidable comm-tech player. From my very long association with TCL, I can definitely say that the journey towards the double-digit growth and very meaningful return on equity has definitely begun. Now, during the year, several of you who have had opportunity to interact have also shared questions around our M&A strategy. It'll be very useful to remind ourselves at this point that Tata has entered this business through acquisition of VSNL. Thereafter, there have been several acquisitions that have been done by the company over years to get to where it has gotten today. So M&A as a meaningful strategy for growth and staying relevant to customers has been the core DNA of Tata Communications, I would say almost from inception. But where we look to do M&As and why we look to do M&A is something that has changed with times consistent with what our customers need. Initially, we looked for M&As in your company to enter new markets or to find new products to address the needs of our customers. Today, your company is looking at M&A as an important strategy to find appropriate solutions and offer a suite of solutions and deepen the depth of our company's capability to solve our customers' problems. All our M&As are driven towards building scale in our core businesses. I want to take this opportunity to assure all our shareholders, both at the level of the board and equally, if not more importantly, at the level of the operating management, there is acute consciousness and responsibility towards using your capital to have an M&A-led growth. We are keenly and very critically evaluating the strategic fit of every M&A opportunity that the management team is evaluating to make sure that we pick the ones that have the maximum strategic relevance. To take an example, our media business has a 25% market share in the global to global sports transmission segment. We acquired a company, The Switch, which has made us meaningful in the US regional to regional space, both on transmission and on production. In line with the broader strategy of increasing customer relevance, post-acquisition of The Switch, we are now able to offer more to our customers. Assets which weave very well with our strategic imperatives create an enormous amount of shareholder value, and it is also meaningful to all our stakeholders, most importantly, our customers. I'm happy to report that these persistent and focused efforts have yielded the right results, and we have delivered a double-digit revenue growth in FY23 on the back of strong profitability and cash flows. From here on, we will further sharpen our focus to drive growth across all our platform solutions and achieve the ambition that the management has set out over the coming years, as has been articulated already during our Institutional Investors and Analysts Day, which concluded in June 2023. I'm confident that the acquisition of Switch and the impending acquisition of another company by name Kalera will reap the right mix of synergies in our digital portfolio and bring along the capabilities to help us deliver an even more holistic and superior customer experience while accelerating our stated ambition of doubling our data revenues by financial year 2027. It has been possible for your company to pursue both organic investments in innovation and inorganic acquisition-led business strategy because of the tremendous focus and of the management in achieving strong balance sheet improvement with an acute focus on cash flows. If this had not happened as a precursor to our acquisition strategy, acquisitions either would not have happened or it would have come at the expense of dilution of all of you as shareholders. it is absolutely important to call out this enormous achievement by the management of your company to deliver you the current growth and the future possibility without any dilution to all of you as shareholders. Despite all the challenges in the near term of growth in various economies, supply chain issues, and the great resignation period that plagued every industry, a very uncertain macroeconomic and geopolitical scenario across the globe for a variety of reasons that you are all aware, your company continued to work on the long-term strategic objective of a profitable revenue growth coupled with superior customer experience. All these efforts are visible in our financial results. We are indeed very proud to present the gross revenue that your company achieved of 17,838 crores for FY 2023 and EBITDA of 4,318 crores. Our data business grew at 10.3% year-on-year, witnessing a healthy growth across all lines of business. Free cash flow generation remained strong at 2,539 crores, with a net debt brought down by 1,011 crores during the year. What all of this means is that our net debt to EBITDA is at a very comfortable level of 1.3 times, giving us sufficient headroom to invest in your future growth without further dilution. Our key focus continues to be our customers as we continue to build stronger and deeper relations with them and become an end-to-end enabler of their own digital transformation journey by delivering digital platforms and solutions that drive both business outcomes in terms of revenue growth and cost reduction for our customers. Your company is committed towards delivering a holistic growth in the long term, in line with our commitment to a sustainable dividend policy. For the financial year ended 31st March 2023, your board has approved to pay a dividend equivalent to 33% of our consolidated profits, which translates to a dividend per share of rupees 21. This reinforces our commitments to having a huge focus on your expectation as a shareholder, not only making appropriate return on equity, but also sharing that by way of appropriate dividend per share with all of you. I'm sure you'll be pleased with this decision of the board. I would like to take this opportunity to hugely compliment our CEO, Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, who is appropriately and fondly called Lakshmi. I'm sure all of you will completely agree with the name that has been given to him as Lakshmi from everything that we have seen in this company, for the tremendous turnaround of your company, leading from the front, a very, very capable team, transforming the company in every important aspect of business, whether it is investing in technology, taking the company right up the curve on the creating the future of technology for its customers, very high customer satisfaction and customer relevance, appropriate focus on balance sheet management and cash flow management, appropriate focus on M&A strategy to fill in for the product gaps that we may have so that we are more meaningful to our customers, while continuing to build a very, very strong team to lead this company in the future for higher growth and to be even more meaningful in the context of the digitization of this entire universe. So it is only fair that we recognize the humongous work done by both Lakshmi and his entire team, which he has beautifully created and nurtured. I'd like to take this opportunity to, on behalf of all my colleagues in the board, the management, employees, and all our shareholders, to express my deep gratitude to one of our directors, Mr. Srinath Narasimhan, who after a very long innings, probably more than 2 decades, has stepped down from the board. Srinath used to be the CEO of this company. If my memory serves me right, he was the first CEO when Tata's acquired a meaningful stake in VSNL. Thereafter, he has played a very crucial role in some of the key strategic acquisitions your company made in its early years, and subsequently was a very important, very highly engaged board member who worked closely with the senior management of the company in driving its strategy and growth. So to Srinath, we owe a big thanks and a deep sense of gratitude, and we also take this opportunity to wish him very well as he makes his progress both with his personal and professional life. In closing, I'd like to express my deep gratitude to the Tata Group for their collaboration and invaluable counsel that they provide from time to time throughout the year. I'd like to thank the Department of Telecom, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting for their cooperation, our valued customers, our excellent employees, management team, partners, and business associates for their valuable support and backing. I'm also deeply grateful to all of you, shareholders, whose continued trust and cooperation in our company's strategy and operations is what has allowed us to perform effectively as a board and management to deliver these results. I'm confident that with your continued support and coupled with the unrelenting efforts of our management team and employees, we will be able to see Tata Communications reach even greater heights as a world-leading Comtech player. I hope that you and your families stay safe and healthy, and I will now request Lakshmi to make his presentation to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Renuka. I think the chairperson has very eloquently given you the overall view of the macro and the challenges and how we have to perform and how we are performing. I would like to just give a little bit more color through this presentation on the strategy, how we have performed, and looking ahead, what we intend to do. Firstly, the Reimagine strategy, which was launched in 2020, it's delivering. I think the financial turnaround is there for all of us to see. On the data revenue, which is our focus, last year, last 3 quarters in a row, as well as for the full year last year, we did double-digit growth. The FY23 came in at 10.3% growth, while the CAGR for the last 3 years, from 20 to 23, has been a little less than 6%. On the other parameters of EBITDA, we have seen substantial increase in EBITDA, close to about 10% of CAGR growth. The margin expansion from 19.3% to currently at 24.2%, and PAT similarly has grown tremendously to now 1,796 at the end of FY23. ROCE again, which was at 11%, has now grown to 28.3%. The Reimagine strategy was also about the customer shifts, going deeper with fewer. We reorganized ourselves with ensuring that we can stay engaged with our customers, broadening our portfolio. But what this has helped is in terms of the number of million-dollar customers has grown steadily over the last few years, now standing at $233 million customers that we have. And similarly, the $5 million customers also have steadily increased over the last years. Our focus on customers and customer satisfaction, even as we expand the other portfolio, to be able to deliver what we promise to customers and ensure a very high degree of satisfaction is really the hallmark of the company. And that needed a significant shift in investing in capabilities of our teams across the board, be it in product or service delivery or the day-to-day operations of service assurance. And all of this has helped us to stay in a very high NPS score, remains the top quartile of NPS score, and we are very pleased and proud about that. Part of our strategy that we launched was also our commitments to sustainability, our commitments to AI and innovation. From an ESG commitment part of, we have a three-pronged approach of people, planet, and community. The people part, fostering the right winning mix We are working on the diversity and inclusion, which stands today at 21.8%. We have had a number of recognitions, not just in India, but across the globe for the workplace strategy, the workplace execution, and the people engagement. And we have invested in learning academies to shift the overall capabilities of the organization. So a number of learning academies have been launched, and our people are making use of these learning academies to reskill in a lot of digital portfolios and broadly the capabilities that we require in order to deliver the newly envisaged platforms to our customers. On the planet side, we have developed our long-term sustainability goals. We have said that we want to be carbon neutral by FY30 and net zero by FY35. Our customer GHG emission, so that is, if we emit X, we are going to save 20X, enable our customers to save 20X by FY27. Today, it stands at 6X. That is, we emit X, we are helping our customers to save 6X through our products and platforms. We become water neutral and zero waste to landfill by 2027. On the community side, this is an area that all our people are extremely passionate about. Very high degree of volunteering, not just by our own employees, but we also include a lot of the Tata Group companies' employees into our volunteering effort. And there has been a tremendous progress that has been made in these areas. Just a couple of examples that I want to highlight is the project of the School of Hope and Empowerment. This in 2021 touched 1 million lives of women aged between 18 and 35 to become more sustainable, earn their livelihood, focused on a few states, the Bihar and Odisha. And that's generated tremendous and positive impact to the society. And we are scaling this program to be able to move from 1 million to 3 million women to be impacted positively by FY24, by December 2024. So this is a big scale, and there are many such projects that we are indeed very proud to be associated with. The other project is Project Nannir. This is in Puttur village in Chennai, in collaboration with the Pichandukulam Forest NGO. And here we have taken up a lake restoration, which has tremendously benefited in terms of raising the water level and becoming very sustainable. We are working with the community so that the community can take this project forward on their own. And there are many, many other things that are happening around this community. So these are a couple of examples of how we are actively working with the community. And as you can see, the entire ESG is a people, planet, and community all coming together. And we now have a unified strategy for ESG. And there are many recognitions, rewards that the company has won. We're very pleased about the entire team stepping up to the plate in terms of delivering a very superior performance. Besides recognitions for the company's performance in the last 3 years, we've also been recognized by analysts such as Gartner, who have ranked us in 10 consecutive years in the top of the Magic Quadrant. And we are successively moving, even within the top quadrant, we are creeping up to the top in that quadrant itself. And similarly, other awards for excellence in corporate social responsibility, people awards, the recent ones are in Hong Kong and Australia for the best workplace. So we are extremely pleased about all these recognitions that the company has received. Now, looking forward, what is it that we are going to do? Firstly, the opportunities out there are still tremendous. The chairperson talked about the environment of digital, where the focus on internet, the focus on cloud and cloud security is growing for the enterprises. The cloud adoption is increasing, and with that, the need for connecting all the clouds and the data center to data center connectivity, how enterprise needs to think about their network, and the architecture of the network is itself changing with internet and cloud. seamless integration across multiple clouds with new types of solutions which are software-defined, multi-cloud connectivity that are emerging, and cloud-native applications with specific security requirements. Similarly, if you look at network and security, increasing internet adoption is throwing up challenges of security and the right architecture to be had for right performance. And in India, there is a continuing effort by enterprises to expand into tier 3 and tier 4 towns, and that presents an opportunity for us to expand our portfolio and be more meaningful to the enterprises here. In the collaboration and the connected solutions, the key growth drivers are obviously the growing IoT devices, the newer technologies that are enabling a variety of, like 5G, the LoRaWAN, and even the other forms of communications that are enabling connected solutions for OEMs. In the areas of collaboration, there's a big transformation to use voice and video more effectively. And the whole customer interactions of how it happens today by enterprises when they reach out to the consumers to make the brand more effective. It's not just about sending SMS, but it's about how they interact continuously and create that brand loyalty and trust so that this interaction is more secure and it's compliant across the world. So these are the areas which are driving the growth, and these are all closely linked to our product portfolios and the platform portfolios. Now, as we had articulated, our journey in the last 3 years have been to move from product to platform, building vertically the capabilities on each of the areas to make it a platform. And going forward, we'll be stitching all the platforms together. And our vision is to become the digital fabric, one that is end-to-end visible and manageable for enterprises, and one that brings intelligence into the fabric itself. And all of these are easily consumed through APIs by customers' applications. So that's our vision for the fabric, and this fabric will consist of our existing portfolio of connected experiences, connected solutions, and the connected and intelligent infrastructure. And on top of these, we will integrate these to make it and to bring intelligence to this fabric. So this is the vision that we are going to be working towards the next 3-4 years. Now, not only are we investing in these platforms organically, we also are investing inorganically. The recently announced Kalera deal, and similarly in the area of customer interactions, in the area of CPaaS, which coupled with our portfolio of DIGO as well as our CCaaS portfolio will power the customer interaction category to a leading position. The switch, this chairperson talked about it. We signed the deal in December last year, and in May we closed the deal. And this integration is in progress, and it's very good signs of delivering all the synergy benefits that we anticipate. The third one I want to highlight is Oasis. We had taken a stake earlier in this company, and now we have buying out the balance stake, which we announced recently. And this company is invested in Cloud SIM, which is a very innovative product in the world of eSIMs. Now, our strengths, just to summarize across the network areas, we take pride in saying that our network foundation is very strong. A third of the internet routes are published on our network, has extensive coverage across the world, and we're connected to all the major hyperscalers in the world. That's the core network strength on which we build our platforms. Our increasing customer relevance, we are a B2B specialist in the communication space. Many of the players that we see around the world are largely B2C players with a business segment focusing on enterprises. We are a B2B specialist, and that is what is helping us to a much superior NPS in the industry. And with our unparalleled breadth and the depth of products and platforms, we can become even more relevant to our customers, which is acknowledged by all the major analysts who are scoring us as either challengers or leaders in the respective areas. And the financial fitness that we have been able to achieve and other investments in people are the enablers for our growth. to help us to position truly as a Comtech organization going forward, and our focus on internally to further simplify ourselves and bring agility to our operations will be crucial as we move forward. So these are the strengths that we have, and essentially stitching all of these capabilities of product to platform shift, evolution of these platforms to a fabric, increasing focus on customers to become even more relevant to them, and these will play a huge part in helping us to deliver the accelerated growth and ambition that we have stated to double our data revenues in next 4 years during the recently concluded Investors' Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lakshmi Narayanan. We shall now take questions from those shareholders who have registered themselves as speakers.
Dear shareholders, when your name is announced, you will get an invitation to unmute your microphone. Kindly unmute your microphone, switch your camera on, and ask your questions. Kindly restrict your queries to a maximum of 3 minutes.
Our first speaker for the day is Dr. Arun Kumar Bopanna.
Dr. Pupanna, you've been placed in the meeting. Kindly switch your microphone on and speak.
Hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good to see a smiling chairman and CEO after a long time. Good morning to everybody. Compliments for this pleasant screen setup. This is the best VC that I'm seeing in this season. And thanks to Zubin and Riddhi for arranging this VC and giving the link, etc. So Corona, we saw a lot of acceleration in the transformation of the communication industry with mind-blowing innovations. AI and machine learning is a fast emerging new world order. But will technology be a bridge or a divider? Because a lot of geopolitical issues are there. And my questions, mindset technology are as important for administration nowadays as law and order. And what are the opportunities for TCL in that? Any collaboration with Tata Elxsi or Tejas Network for increasing telecommunication demands for content management, video streaming, optical networking, focused products? What are strategic plans for cost-effective networking solutions without compromising on quality and performance? What are R&D investment budgets for cutting-edge technologies to stay competitive to explore uncharted territories? See, the cybersecurity Chris Krebs believes that information security will get worse before it gets better. Why is it so bad right now? In today's world of scams and cyber crimes, we can be reduced to dust with cyber crimes or wars. Telecom indeed is mighty. Telecom has so much tenacity, but telecom gave cyber criminals all the audacity. The criminals are ruthless, faceless. The ordinary men are helpless. The police many times remain clueless. And your comments on this, please. Tech has scripted history, but now is being overused or abused. It's like putting coins in pockets with holes. What is TCS protection mechanism? The terrorist attacks were never heard of earlier, but now we are scared about them. What are the precautions observed by TCL? Sir, people are leaving jobs for better compensation, flexible working hours, and lack of connectedness. Lakshmi, you also spoke in your letter about connectedness. Madam Renuka, sticking to connectedness, your hyper-connectedness. As I was driving from airport yesterday in Bangalore to office, I saw the opposition conclave meet saying, "United we stand." In a lighter moment before I close, I would like to say, today, in a modern world, husband and wife staying together is called joint family. In a declining joint family today, where is the connectedness? And lastly, the digital environment around has changed dramatically in the last 25 years, but the government has not kept the pace. I'm glad Tata is investing in emerging technologies for robust digital infrastructure across the country. In conclusion, I wish TCS a tremendous opportunity to capture in future with their goal, mission, and vision. I wish you all the best. I'm back in Bombay next week. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bopanna. Our second speaker shareholder is Mr. Ashok Subramaniam.
Mr. Subramanian, you've been placed in the meeting. Kindly Switch your microphone on and speak.
Yeah, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes. Yeah.
And video is also on, right? Yeah. So good morning and good morning, respected Renuka Ramnath, the chairperson, A.S. Lakshmi Narayanan, MD and CEO, the CFO, and the independent directors, and the employees of TCL, and as well the individual shareholders. So first of all, I will start in the opening address by Ms. Renuka Ramnath. She talked about the complement of Lakshmi in the part of MD and CEO, but she missed out on the part of Narayanan. So it's a deadly combination of Lakshmi and Narayanan. Okay. So though, so I think she should take a note of this. Okay. I'll start with my point on. I'll start with CSR and end with CSR. That's the way I have listed down my points. So I appreciate the CSR activities of Nannir in Chennai, that is the lake restoration in Chennai, and as well as the butterfly habitat, what as I could see from this. Now, I'll come to regarding the CSR part and the last point, what I said about CSR. Now, I compliment the entire team for the investors meet presentation, what has come, which I could lay a hand on and go through it. It was an excellent presentation. The quality of the presentation as well as the quality of presentation by Lakshmi Narayanan today was calls worth for it. And when I go through that audit report, this is the first time I'm attending this annual meet of TCL, though I am your shareholder for the last 11 years or so. And I'm very pleased to see that the stock has appreciated by almost 6 times over the period of 11 years. So translating into a good return. Now coming to the overall the annual report, I think the font size in the annual report should be a little better, because otherwise when we read in a laptop or an iPad and all the three sides, it's difficult to come in one page. And also there are a lot of abbreviations are used, like API and NPS. So that we being the working people in many industries, there are cross references of these abbreviations. For example, NPS can be stated as National Pension Scheme also. So maybe somewhere we have to give some abbreviation. And if you look at API, it can be called as American Petroleum Institute. So these are some of the jargons some industry people may be aware about it. So some abbreviations can be given in the beginning of the annual report or somewhere in the things. That's my humble submission. Then referring to I had a good opportunity to spend 3-4 hours on the annual report and as well as the investor presentation. That gave me some in-depth exposure to the whole concept of the digitalization and everything, which though it's not my cup of tea as of date. And so I would request that some of the points which you have touched upon, like re-image strategy and all those things, some elaborations can be given on the annual report. So any shareholders who are not into this field can have some idea about it. And so that is what I was looking about it. And now as far as re-imaging strategy is concerned, what is this delivering? How it is measured, and what is the target and when? This is one small submission I have in mind. Then the role in cyber security has been touched upon by my previous speaker, and I should also say that considering the recent colonial pipeline attacks and all those things, what our company can do in terms of that as can also be looked at it. Now, next my point is the customer interaction platform Digo. I could go through it, and a little elaboration on that could have been better, like where all it is connected and who are the Indian customers for it. And it talks about new next gen digital services for car users, and whether it is implemented in Tata Motors cars or so. all those things can be little covered. So this cross reference of companies of Tata groups can be addressed in that about the products what you are putting in it. So the data revenue target of 28,000 crore from the current level of 14,000 crore is a very good ambitious plan. My hearty best wishes for the same. I'm sure our company will be able to achieve that. And the next point I would like to say is that I have see the target of net zero by 2035, carbon neutrality by 2030, ZW by 2077 are a good target. I am also a person individually and as well as at corporate level working on these aspects. So maybe down the line, a year after that, I don't mind getting associated within these things. Now, in that aspect, I feel ZWL was one of the low-hanging fruits. So that a target of 2027, maybe we can advance it for our role of products or services, whatever it is. That's my personal viewpoint. Now, coming to the last point of me is that the one more thing is that incubating new solutions 1/3/30 strategy. So there's no great elaboration of that. What is the strategy like? So maybe we can little look at it. Now coming to and then coming that as every shareholder, individual shareholder cherishes by using the company's own products in their day-to-day life. In that way, how the individual shareholders can get a use of Tata TCL products. So maybe you can look at that hyper-connected solution to Indian homes can be one solution for that. So that's what I think. Then the last but the least, the point is that the biggest brand ambassadors of any organization, especially the Tata Group, are their loyal individual shareholders. So I think probably the group should look at utilizing them for your CSR implementation. So with this, I thank the one and all for giving me an opportunity and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Subramaniam. Our third speaker for the day is Mr. Tamal Kumar Mazumdar.
Mr. Mazumdar, could you kindly unmute your microphone and go ahead and speak?
Respected Madam Ramnath, Mr. Lakshminarayan, our CEO, Mr. Subramaniam, Mr. Varma, and other directors of the company. Myself, Tamal Kumar Mazumdar, an equity shareholder from Kolkata, and joining the meeting after a long time. Thank you, Madam Chairman, Chairperson, and the CEO for sharing their thoughts with us. My special thanks to our company secretary, Zubin Adil Patel, and his team for keeping cordial relation with shareholders. He sent me a hard copy of the annual report and also link for the meeting, both well in advance, so that I may do my homework and attend the meeting. Thank you, Madam, for keeping such a wonderful person as our company secretary. And my special thanks to our CFO, Mr. Kabir Ahmed Sakir, for sharing so much information with shareholders. Kabir, Zubin, and team prepared such a wonderful annual report with so many disclosures. Sir, Madam, I have gone through the annual report, subsidiaries accounts, and I have some queries, and as usual, seek your indulgence. Because I have objection to the 3 minutes limit. Because, Madam, I attended your meeting before the A also, COVID also. You never disturbed any shareholders. And in A also, in Tata Groups also, I'm sharing one information with you. In Tata meeting, Tata Steel meeting, there are 60 shareholders. And chairman was sat there, allowed every shareholder to share their thoughts, and then replied. It was nearly four hours meeting. I am not saying that I'm going to take half an hour or like that, but please allow me to share mine, because I have gone through the entire annual report, page by page, 450 pages, and the subsidiaries. So I hope there will be no disturbance from the operator in this regard. On standalone basis, though revenue from operations during financial year 23 increased in relation to previous year, yet profit before tax decreased substantially due to increase in loss from voice solutions from 190 crores to 218 crores, decrease in profit from two other segments and in relation to previous year, and a provision of 323 crores for diminution in the value of investments relating to its subsidiary Tata Communications Payment Solutions Limited. It is in page 229. But on consolidated basis, the company, in addition to increase its revenue and profit before tax for financial year 23 in relation to financial year 22. As per consolidated segment account, in case of voice solutions, profit before interest and depreciation and other unallocables increased from 120 crores to 301 crores during financial year 23. But profit from data managed services decreased in relation to last year. While voice solution segment increased its losses during financial year 23 on standalone basis, and whereas it's increased abnormally on consolidated basis. What is the reason for decrease in profit from DMS segment during financial year 23, and whether the trend is continuing in the first quarter of financial year 24, and your expectation for the remaining part of the year? Please share your thoughts in this regard. And what is the trend of revenue? What is the trend of revenue from India, America, Europe, and MENA countries during Q1 of financial year 24? Because, madam, you mentioned in your speech the takeover of Switch will increase our visibility in the USA. In this light, I want to know what is the current position in this regard. And in page 100, the company page 116 mentioned that telecom market faces threat of hyperscalers. Hyperscalers whose presence and interest in telecom market is growing. Whether it is impacting our business model, please share your thoughts. Madam, Tata Communications Payment Solutions Limited is in very bad shape. You may remember I am talking in this regard for a long time regarding Tata Payment Solutions Limited. And its accumulated loss as of 31st March 2023, after considering loss of 64.17 crore during financial year 23, is a whopping 1,622 crore against its equity base of 1,217 crores. And after infusing of 50 crore during the current year and share premium balance of 450.90 crores. Infusion of fund in its equity every year is not at all a solution, Mr. Lakshmi Narayan also. It is not at all a solution. Every year you are infusing fund in order to make it it is not, its liabilities are not more than assets. This is not at all a solution. Oh, what I am noticing this trend for the last couple of years. And after impairment of 323 crores against its investment, our company is still showing the value of investment in Tata Payments Solutions Limited, Tata Communications Payment Solutions Limited as 760 crores. After provision of 323 crores, you are showing the asset value, share value as 760 crores, which in my opinion is grossly exaggerated. Grossly exaggerated. A company which has a accumulated loss of 1,622 crores, the depreciation should be more. And the company management will have to decide whether they will continue in this loss-making unit or take some drastic steps in this regard. Shortly, please share your thoughts, giving details of management thinking in this respect, and whether it is still losing money during Q1 of financial year 24, and what is the present status of proposed renewal of license, which actually expired on 30th June 2023 with Reserve Bank of India. What is this current status? And whether the company received 6.75 crores as per settlement agreement dated 30th March 2023. Our company completed acquisition of 100% stake in Switch Enterprises LLC through our subsidiary Tata Communications Netherlands BV on 1/5/2023. 31st March 2023 for what is the total cost of the said acquisition of Switch? What is the total cost of acquisition? And again on 28/6/2023, the company announced acquisition of platform Caleria with net debt of $150 million as on 31st March 2023 for rupees $100 million. the company also disclosed that short-term dilution in its EBITDA. In its press release, they disclosed that there will be short-term dilution in its EBITDA due to this acquisition. Whether the amount paid was from internal accruals or loans or for both or from both. And company is also taking over the 49% of Oasis also. What is the total fund required for all these three companies? And whether it is from the internal accruals or from loans or from both. But sir, continuous acquisition without proper due diligence brings misery to company in the long run. And I am sharing with you one software industry, software company, which software major, top 5 companies, which provided more than 250 crores against their takeovers made earlier during financial year 2023. And hope our company is aware of it. What do the company management mean by short-term dilution in EBITDA? Do you believe that it will increase our profitability in the coming years? Please share your thoughts in this respect. Madam, our company further invested 100 crore in equity of STT Global Centers India Limited in order to keep its stake to 26%. Whether our company appointed 2 directors on the board of STT Global in terms of the agreement with them as on date, how the company is doing during the current year. And the statutory auditor mentioned emphasis of matter as regards the license fees concerned. It is in page 183 and 298. Whether they made any general provision in respect of contingent liability shown as 5,009 crore. Present status is to be disclosed in this regard also. And whether note number 14, 2 under trade receivable, it is in page 338, relates to Vodafone India Limited, Vodafone Idea Limited, because you have not mentioned the name of the company. It appears to me that it relates to Vodafone because government took stake in it. Name of the subsidiary is to be disclosed from whom the company has significant operations. And that said company, as per the note, made all obligations. Then why our company provided amount against their dues in the earlier years? When they are making all their commitments correctly, then what is the result for providing amount against them? I think it should be reversed. It should be reversed in the coming months. And please confirm your position in this respect, disclosing the current status of payment of dues. Sir, whether the Customs, Excise and Service Tax Appellate Tribunal (CESTAT) allowed reassessment of bill of entry under its CESTAT suggested category till date. It is in page 228 to 29. And is there any dispute in this regard? Sir, it is noted from page 100 that our foreign exchange outgo was more at 938 crores against inflow of 796 crores during financial year 23. Our outflow was more at 938 crores than inflow of 796 crores. Is there any possibility of inflow overtaking outflow in the coming months? Madam, our company made an 100% provision against United Telecom, in which it held 26.6% stake during earlier years, but not considering its share of loss in the balance sheet, which in my opinion which in my view is not a good type of accounting, as it is still an associate of our company. Either you sell the unit or take that loss into your consolidation. I want to know your view in this regard. I have two questions remaining.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Majumdar. Sorry to interrupt. I think there is a lot of detailed questions. Perhaps if you send it by email, I'll have Zubin answer you in the interest of time. So
I will do that. I have two questions only. I want to complete that.
Okay.
Two questions. Madam, as per page 188, the company provided guarantees to the tune of 12,454 crores as on 31st March 2023. At least one group company within the Tata Group collects 1% of the guarantee as income in their books, whether our company has any such proposal, and whether whether company expects any liability against that huge amount. And lastly, I am sorry to note that no hearing before the division bench of Bombay High Court took place during the last 3 years in respect of our claim for premature termination by the government of India company's exclusivity in the international long distance call. 2 years ahead of schedule. It is in page 127. It shows company management's total apathy during towards the claim. The company management for the last 13 years is following the cut and paste policy of putting the same note in the accounts of the current year. Same note for the last 13 years it is coming. Same note. Why no hearing took place during the last 13 years? What steps they have taken till date in this regard? I want straight reply from your end. And thank you, Madam Chairperson, for allowing me to complete my questionnaire and others for patient hearing. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Mazumdar. Our fourth speaker for the day is Mr. Gautam Tiwari.
Mr. Tiwari, if you could kindly switch your camera on, turn your microphone on as well and speak.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir,
Mr.
you are.
Tiwari.
Yes, sir. Can you see me, sir?
Yes, sir. We can see you.
I could. A special good morning. A special good morning to our honorable chairperson, highly dignified board of directors, our chairperson Renuka Ramnath ji, our CEO MD, which Mr. Lakshmi Narayan ji, who has given the real shape to our company, and where our highly dignified and renowned directors, my fellow shareholders, Team Tata Communication Limited, myself Gautam Tiwari, I am participating at this meeting, at this AGM from Mumbai. Yes, sir. Investor care and investor service. First of all, I would like to thank our management for paying rupees 21, that is the 33% of the PAT as dividend to shareholders and stakeholders. Investor care and investor service of our secretarial department is really exceptionally outstanding. Our company secretary, Mr. Zubin Patel, and his associates, Riddhi and all others, are providing very good investor service through all these years. I'm with this company right from day one, and I have been observing that the investor service and secretarial service to the shareholders is very, very good. Sir, even CSR activities are also quite excellent, and we are proud of being such CSR activities from our company. Also, the services of our RTA, NSDL team and the Webex team, technical team is also very good, all very cooperative. Sir, I really, and this dynamic and energetic our Zubin Patel is really very good at everything that is required to be done for shareholders and for the company. This is what we have been observing. Sir, we are very much thankful to you for providing some noble, committed, noble service providers to shareholders with good commitment and good understanding all the time and all these years. Sir, the achievements which you have done, I am very much thankful to the company. First is launched Tata Communication Digo platform for converged and contextual conversation. Secondly, announcement of 3C sustainability strategy and the commitment to net zero by 2035. Sir, we are going to become carbon neutral in 2030 and net zero in 2035. So what is our status in carbon neutrality as it stands now? Sir, acquired the Switch Enterprises to complement the MES business. Sir, we have achieved double-digit data revenue growth in such a short time. Launched Jamvi as an integrated cloud-based calling solution for global enterprises. Sir, we have announced complete acquisition of Oasis. Announcement of acquisition of Kyle, as you said, Kalera Incorporated a leading global CPaaS SPA player. Sir, we appreciate Sheena's contribution and wish him safe, long, happy post-retired life. We compliment a, very heartily Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, who has given proper shape and who has really been able to uh, put this company or Tata Communication to the path of total Lakshmi. It is full of overwhelming with all Lakshmis. We are thankful to the parents, especially of Lakshmi Narayan ji, for giving such a good person for our Tata Communication, who has spread all the Lakshmi in our Tata Communication platform through and through all these years. Then we are complimenting the company for winning various awards and accolades and recognitions all over. I have got few queries, Madam and Sir Lakshmi Narayanji. I have got few queries in my mind, which if I can get clarification with, I'll be very much glad to. First, what is the rationale for acquiring the switch? Secondly, what is Tata Communications DIGO? Thirdly, what are the benefits due to acquisition of Kalera? Fourthly, how will Tata Communication uh, achieve its sustainability initiative to achieve net carbon zero by 2035? What are the expected benefits by acquiring the switch? What is the expected cost of acquisition of Kalera? What is our current year's budget for R&D and CSR activities? Sir, in cloud and security, what what are the new products and solutions launched by us, by our company? What is the capacity utilization of our seabed cables? Seabed cables, yes, sir. And when will you reward? Sir, most importantly, sir, when will you reward the shareholders with bonus or stock split? Because giving the dividend only doesn't help to that extent, because most of shareholders, they have to pay more than 30% as income tax. So please come out when we are we people have been there from day one with this company, and we have been observed. We have got we kept great patience. We are after the company to acquire a real estate, which has happened. And person like Lakshmi Narayan, our MD CEO, has given all the Lakshmi to this. So please distribute it by way of stock split or bonus in some near future. And how many key customers we have got right now? How many key customers or how many customers have left this year, and how many customers have joined? We would like to know. Sir, I support all appointments and reappointments of all our directors on board, and also heartily support all resolutions for which I have already voted in favor of them all. Sir, and Honorable Madam, dear Sir Lakshmi Narayan, Honorable Madam, all eminent board of directors, and all those who are connected with us, executive officers, technicians, employees, staff, I wish you all the best of luck, along with long, happy, healthy, wealthy, and safe life, and bright future for the organization in the coming years. And under the supreme leadership of our Lakshmi Narayan ji and Madam Chairperson and all other and you will and I assure you our lifetime support, as it is right from day one, to you, and unconditional support to the management, and with total integrity and total honesty and sincerity. I once again wish you all the best, to all our persons who are connected with us, to all executives, directors, to all shareholders, to all stakeholders, and come out with the best of the things and a bright future. And please reward the shareholders in near future with some stock split and bonus in the years to come. Thank you very much for patient listening. इसी के साथ धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय भारत, जय महाराष्ट्र. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Tiwari. Our fifth and sixth shareholders are Mr. Bharat Shah and Ms. Smita Shah.
Sir, could you kindly switch your camera on? Unmute your microphone. Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
हेलो या सर आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके ओके माननीय चेयरपर्सन मैडम मिस रेणुका जी, एमडी सीईओ श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण जी, सीएफओ श्री कबीर जी और अन्य मान्यवर डायरेक्टर्स, सर मैं स्मिता शाह बात करती हूँ। मैडम आपने अपनी कंपनी के बारे में बहुत अच्छे से बता दिया है और लक्ष्मी नारायण जी ने भी अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन बताया। सो आपको मैं बधाई देती हूँ कि आपने डिजिटल और नेटवर्क और अपनी टॉप टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ कंपनी को आगे बढ़ाने की अच्छी कोशिश की है। काफी अवार्ड्स भी आपने प्राप्त किए हैं। आपने कस्टमर लेवल भी बढ़ाया है, अपना नेटवर्क बढ़ाया। अभी मार्केट में आपके साथ और भी कई कॉम्पिटिटर साथ में रहे हैं। सो कंपनी को आगे बढ़ाने की अच्छी आप मेहनत कर रहे हो। मैडम आपकी लीडरशिप, लक्ष्मी नारायण जी का भी हार्डवर्क और कबीर जी का भी बढ़िया कारोबार, बोर्ड टीम का सहयोग और छोटे बड़े सभी एम्प्लॉइज वर्कर्स, उन सभी की मेहनत और हार्डवर्क से अभी आप आगे बढ़ने का अच्छी कोशिश कर रहे हो। बहुत बहुत शुभकामना। और मैडम डिविडेंड भी आपने पर शेयर जो 21 दिया, बहुत बहुत आभार करती हूँ। और पूछूंगी कि आपका करंट में आपका कॉम्पिटिटर कौन है? और मैडम अभी फ्यूचर में नेटवर्क सर्विस में और कौन सी न्यू इन्वेंशन लाने वाले हो? और आपके फ्यूचर्स के बेस्ट प्लान आने वाले 2-3 साल के क्या है, जरा हाईलाइट करने की कृपा करें। बाकी तो आपकी मेहनत, लगन और हिम्मत को दाद देते हुए, आपके कार्यों की मैं प्रशंसा करते हुए आपको मैं फ्यूचर्स की बेस्ट टू बेस्ट शुभकामना करती हूँ और कंपनी दिन 4 गुनी रात 8 गुनी प्रगति की और उन्नति के साथ आगे बढ़े। और आज आपने बहुत अच्छा दिन एजीएम का रखा है। मंगलवार श्री गणेश जी का वार है और अपना श्रावण मास जो अधिक मास का भी प्रारंभ हुआ है। सो जरूर फ्यूचर में सब कुछ मंगल मंगल होकर कंपनी बढ़िया तरक्की के साथ आगे बढ़ेगी। बस यही, कस्टमर की संख्या भी बढ़िया बनेगी, फ्यूचर्स में डिविडेंड भी बहुत बढ़िया देंगे, यही मेरी पूरा विश्वास के साथ ईश्वर से मैं प्रार्थना करती हूँ। और मैडम सीएफओ कबीर जी का गुड वर्क, सेक्रेटरी टीम सेक्रेटरी श्री जुबिन जी और उनकी टीम से मिस रिद्धि जी, उनको मैं स्पेशल थैंक्स देना चाहूंगी। बहुत ही अच्छी सर्विस दे रहे हैं। फोन करके रिद्धि ने हमें पूछा है बैलेंस शीट मिली, लिंक मिली कि नहीं, और बैलेंस शीट भी बढ़िया अट्रैक्टिव फुल इंफॉर्मेशन के साथ बनाई है। सो मिस्टर जुबिन जी और रिद्धि जी को मैं कार्यों के लिए प्रशंसा करते हुए धन्यवाद करती हूँ और गुड इन्वेस्टर सर्विस के लिए मैं हार्टली धन्यवाद अभिनंदन देती हूँ। और लास्टली मैडम, हम होप करते हैं कि अभी 4 साल से जो हो रही है, तो हम समझ सकते हैं कि बाहर के भी कई शेयर होल्डर अभी कोरोना के बाद आपके साथ जुड़कर बात करते हैं, तो उनकी भी भावना प्रकट कर रहे हैं। तो मैडम आप क्यों ना हाइब्रिड रख सकते हैं? तो हाइब्रिड रखने के लिए मैडम अभी जो लोकल है वही शेयर होल्डर आपको फिजिकल में भी मिल सकते हैं और बाहर के भी उनको भी मौका मिलता है। तो जरूर मैं होप रखती हूँ कि नेक्स्ट ईयर हम और आप रहेंगे फिजिकल में साथ साथ और आप सभी रहे गुड हेल्थ वेल के साथ, फुल सपोर्ट के साथ। धन्यवाद। मैडम चालू रखिए, भरत साहब बात करते हैं।
सर आवाज आ रही है ना?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
हेलो।
Yes, yes, please
माननीय
go ahead.
चेयरमैन श्री एमडी श्री माननीय चेयरमैन श्री एमडी श्री और अन्य मान्यवर डायरेक्टर, सर मेरा नाम भरत शाह। सर मैं ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लूंगा, 1 से 1.5 मिनट लूंगा सर। सर मैं बरसों से आपका शेयर होल्डर रहा हूँ और सर मेरी कोई क्वेरी नहीं है, क्योंकि सर बहुत न्यूट्रली आप कंपनी चला रहे हो। शेयर होल्डर का हित को हमेशा आपने ख्याल रखा है, शेयर होल्डर का अच्छा गुड रिटर्न दिया है, तो मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मानता, अच्छा डिविडेंड दिया है, तो मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मानता हूँ और इसके लिए सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मानता हूँ। और सर पूरे बोर्ड, इसके लिए मैं पूरे बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर, छोटे बड़े एम्प्लॉइज का बहुत बहुत आभार मानता हूँ और अपनी कंपनी दिन 2 गुनी रात 4 गुनी आगे
We appear to have lost connectivity there, so we could move on to our next speaker, shareholder.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Shah. Our 7th speaker for the day is Mrs. Celestine Mascarenas.
Ms. Mascarenas, could you kindly switch your camera on, unmute your microphone, and speak?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, and
Hello?
visible too.
Visible too, yes. Thank you, thank you. Respected Chairperson Renuka Ramnath, Chair MD and CEO AS Lakshmi Narayan, other members of the board, my fellow shareholders, I am Mrs. C.E. Mascarenas speaking from Mumbai. First of all, I thank the company secretary, Mr. Zubin Adil Patel, and his team for sending me an annual balance sheet and also registering me as a speaker at my request and also giving me this platform to speak, which is more friendly in coming to the platform. Thank you so much. Now, annual report is giving a lot of information, at the same time self-explanatory, adhering to all the norms of corporate governance. Our working, after so many years, I find the working is too good, and that speaks, the dividend speaks, rupees 21, it is too good, and also our market cap is excellent. Against EPS of 63, getting dividend of 21 really speaks very much of this company. Next, I go to the congratulating you all for the awards and accolades received during the year. All are documented on page 9. Also, good CSR work. Keep it up. And also, a lot is done from the ESG. I would like to know how much of carbon footprints are already reduced in the last 2 years, because you have given about the next 25 or something, how much it will come down. I would also like to know whether we have gone for ESG rating, and if so, what is our score? And if the score is very good, have we gone for listing on some ESG platform to unwind more value for our company? Yeah. Total employees is 13,426. I would like to know what is the average age and the attrition level, and how many, I mean, in percentage, are handicap employees. How many new clients were added in the last 3 months from domestic or international levels? How much of revenue we have invested in AI, ML, blockchains, and how much is spent on R&D and innovations? And the number of staff in the R&D, and what is the attrition level there? And how you retain these high innovative people in the company. What is the capex for the next 3 years for especially organic also and inorganic growth, and any more acquisition in the piping? Already one is done. With this, I support all the resolutions. I wish my company all the best. May it grow from strength to strength. And after all, not the least, I wish you and the entire team very good health, because health is wealth. With this, thank you so much. May God bless us all.
Thank you, Mrs. Mascarenas. Our 8th speaker for the day is Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia.
Mr. Mahadevi, you could kindly unmute your microphone and speak. We can see you.
Respected Chairperson Ramnath Renukaji, our Managing Director and CEO Mr. Lakshmi Narayanan, and all other distinguished Board of Directors and management team. Sir, firstly, Madam, let me congratulate the company for achieving excellent result under critical conditions. I endorse all the claims made by you in your speech in various achievements. I also endorse everything that has been said by our managing director in his speech today. And having accepted all this, I would like to put some questions with a view to understand and appreciate the work done by the company from a shareholder's point of view. That's what I would like to have from the company. Firstly, my first suggestion is that we should have abbreviations and glossary in each and every report. This helps us in understanding the report. It was given 2 years ago, but subsequently removed. My next question is that some of the data given in the reports are based on standalone and some data on consolidated. I am referring to BSR, BR and SR, where the export of the company is given on the basis of standalone, which is only 8%. However, if we go through the balance sheet, it doesn't give the correct idea of total exports out of our total business on a consolidated basis. As far as our balance sheet is concerned, I would like to read out 3 or 4 critical data. A detailed explanation from the management would have helped considerably. For example, our equity is 285 crore. Our additional reserves in standalone is 9576 crore. However, if we look at the consolidated figure, it is only 1233 crore. Secondly, if you look at the profit of standalone, it is 666 crore, and for consolidated it is 1766 crore. And similarly, a number of related data regarding earning per share on standalone and consolidated, somewhere it gives conflicting results. In the previous year it was more, now it is less, etc. So my request is that kindly elaborately explain such parts of the balance sheets in your annual report, which will considerably help us, particularly in the board's report. Then I would like to refer to a number of legal cases which are pending. These cases are going on for several years, and very often we feel that this is likely to turn table of our company's working and the results. And look at them. You have been fighting for these cases, as you rightly said, right from the inception. And on all 4 counts of such cases, we are defending ourselves. Some of them we are getting good results. Some are kept pending by the government departments. Perhaps cost does not matter to them, but it does matter to us. But anyway, my congratulations for patience and perseverance in retaining our rights. And particularly, I would like to ask 2 questions in this connection. Reliance Jio was to pay us 73 crore of rupees, and our continuation of our service was based on that. Have we received this payment from Reliance? And similarly, I would like to know who are the 2 main legal experts who are presenting our case in various courts, Supreme Court, various regulatory authorities. I'm sure we must be engaging services of a number of them. But can you tell us 2 of the most prominent who are trying to work for us in this field? And are we likely to take advantage of the election which is coming up? Government will be in the mood of settlement of various pending disputes. Sir, my next question is regarding the asset utilization. You have given an excellent idea about employee utilization figure, which is one of the highest in the industry. So what I would like to know, what is the asset utilization? And on the same subject, our attrition rate has gone down from about 24 to 22. However, what efforts are we making in getting these rates reduced as far as possible? My next question is regarding what we learn as an ordinary citizen or investor, that government has announced various schemes on digitalization, on benefits to the society at large, benefits for women, all based on digitalization or based on our telecommunication businesses. So I would like to know in which way we are playing the role, either directly or through various agencies, to get maximum advantage of these government approach. And in particular, are we enjoying directly or indirectly benefit under PLI scheme, which is also announced for the same purpose in a very big way. Sir, my next question is regarding acquisitions and mergers, which we are doing on a regular basis. Sir, what I would like to know, that synergies we may be obtaining almost immediately. However, complete integration may take some time. So, sir, may I know whether this integration of recent acquisitions have taken place already or not? And today it was disclosed, or at least I came to know, about the Kalaira. May I know whether this is a listed company? And similarly, any other listed company we have acquired or we are likely to acquire in the times to come. Sir, my next question is regarding related party transactions. Sir, our managing director has given an excellent presentation about how we are working with our clients, with our various technologies, etc., etc. However, we would like to know in particular how we are taking advantage of all our related companies engaged in telecommunication, like Nelco, Tata Elxsi, Tejas, Tata Tele Maharashtra Limited. All these put together, what result it is likely to give in the times to come, maybe in the next 2 years or 3 years. I am sure they are all connected and likely to give us excellent result. And before I end, I must appreciate the cooperation of our secretarial department, which is a good link between the shareholders on the one side and the management on the other. With all this, I wish our organization all the best, which is our way of life, and I am sure the vision and the goals which you have set, you will definitely achieve at an accelerated pace. With all this, my pranams to all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Mahadevia. Our ninth speaker for the day is Mr. Naveen Botra.
Mr. Bothra, could you kindly unmute your microphone and speak?
Yes. Naveen Bothra, pleasure attending the 37th AGM of Tata Communication from Delhi. First of all, a very warm greetings to our Chairperson, Madam Renuka Ramnath ji, MD Lakshmi sir, NGS sir, the other distinguished board members, and the management team. I would like to congratulate the team Tata Communication for various awards and recognitions during the year, as well as for achieving the highest ever profits in company's history. Congratulations, Lakshmi sir, for outstanding transformation of our company Tata Communication in last 4 years. Complete transformation through reimagined strategy you talked about in your presentation. We highly appreciate all these transformations taking place at Tata Communication Limited. The integrated annual report gives a detailed outline of our 6 capitals of the company. Kudos to the secretarial team and finance teams for such a nicely prepared annual report. Uh, Madam, I have the following points for your consideration. I would like to skip my first question regarding the double-digit revenue growth because it has been talked about by yourself as well as Lakshmi sir. So I would speak that one. Second one is regarding our acquisition of Kalera. The theme of our this year's annual report is empowering hyper-connected ecosystems through a digital fabric. So my query regarding this is if you can share your insights as to how our recent acquisition of this Calera will fit into this hyper-connected ecosystem theme and how we are going to scale up this business not only in India but also internationally at an accelerated. And second one is regarding the 5G opportunity, 5G network opportunity. In Lakshmi sir, in his message to shareholders, has already said that recognizing the immense potential of 5G, we are making strategic investments in this area, and also have recently launched private 5G Global Center of Excellence in Pune also. So my query in this regard is to know how we are exploring the opportunities, what we are exploring the opportunities of setting up 5G networks for other customers also, as well as our company making any partnerships with any other Tata Group companies to fully harness this humongous potential opportunities in the 5G arena. Your views will be highly appreciated, madam. And regarding my third query is regarding usage of generative AI. Madam Chairperson, generative AI is gaining traction at an accelerated speed. Your thoughts on how we at Tata Communications are planning to harness this disruptive technology for our company's benefit and have the opportunities to grow our various businesses in the CPaaS as well as the network solution provider. And to conclude, in Lakshmi sir's message to shareholders, we have said that we have set up regarding cyber security, we have set up a dedicated cloud SOC in UAE. So kindly enlighten us on the possibilities and opportunities in this cyber security space in India as well as in other geographies for Tata Communications. To conclude, I wish the management team led by Lakshmi sir and all the very best in the accelerated growth journey which you have talked about, that we will be achieving. We will be trying very hard to achieve the data revenue doubling in next 4 years. So wish all the very best. And I appreciate the efforts of our secretarial team, Jubin ji, and his colleagues for coordinating flawless participation in this virtual meeting. And I propose a vote of thanks to the board. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Potra. 10th speaker for the day is Mr. George John and Mr. Purun Jevali from EQ India Fund.
Hi, a very good afternoon to the respected members of the board and fellow shareholders. I'm George John. I represent EQ India Fund of Equity Intelligence and our PMS clients, and we have been invested in your company for quite some time now. We believe the reimagined strategy will pay off in a big way in the years to come. The guidance of doubling the data revenue in the next 4 years is an exciting prospect indeed. The annual report has provided great detail with respect to the use cases of the incubation portfolio, especially the connected solutions. Now, in light of the recent acquisitions in the data segment, what is your vision for the incubation portfolio in the next 4 years? Would the growth in the incubation segment be through M&As or organically? And what percentage of data revenues is it likely to contribute? And the possible sustainable margins in that segment once it matures probably in the next 4 years. So these are my questions. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. George John. Our 11th speaker for the day is Mr. Ravi Kumar Naredi.
Mr. Naredi, could you kindly switch your camera on, turn on your microphone and speak?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, respected Chairman Renuka ma'am and CEO Mr. Lakshmi Narayan sir, and all honorable board member and fellow shareholder. I have two questions. Question first: Do you also do any work for Indian Premium League? And second question: Who are your competitor in 5G, and is there any competition from private network player? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Naredi. Our 12th speaker for the day is Mr. Vinay Bide.
Mr. Bide, if you could kindly switch your camera on, turn your microphone on and speak.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Fine, I'll start. Chairperson Renuka Ramnath, CEO Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, directors present at today's AGM, company executives, shareholders, good afternoon to you all. At the outset, let me thank, Renuka Madam, as well as, our CEO Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, for the perspective on the business and the various issues, that you have dealt with at the start of the meeting. I have gone through the annual report and I'm extremely glad to note the improved working for the financial year 2023 for the consolidated results in the form of better revenues and higher profit after tax. Now, for a better understanding, I have a few questions listed out for which I would seek an elaboration from you. The first question is from page number 34 of the annual report. On this page, we have shown data revenue breakup. We have shown core connectivity to be contributing 68% and data to be contributing 32% of the revenues. The question here is that, could you give us the typical margin brands, the margin bands in both of these verticals, that is core connectivity and data, as well as some idea of the future trends in terms of revenue contribution for both these verticals. So that was question number one. For question number two, I request you to refer to page number 360, which is dealing with the segmental results. On this page, we have shown the revenues from voice services, that is VS, to be 2054 crores, leading to a revenue of 301.37 crores this year. Whereas for last year, on turnover of 2286 crores, that the profit or the result was 120 crores. The question here is that, what were the key reasons for these improvements? For the third question, I would request you to refer to the subsidiaries of the company. Earlier shareholders have had some questions regarding the subsidiaries. I have two questions to have from the subsidiaries, which are listed on pages number 431 and 432 of our annual report. Now, one key area of concern is the results of Tata Communications Canada Limited, which, as per the sheet here, shows a share capital of 604 crores and accumulated losses, that is against reserves, negative of nearly 2,500 crores. And if I see the profit contributed by this Tata Communications Canada for this year, there is hardly any profit. So the logical question that comes here is that, what is the reason for the non-performance of Tata Communications Canada, and how long is the management intending to continue with this business so that it contributes to the meaningful performance of the company? That is one subsidiary. For the second subsidiary, I request you to refer to page number 432, subsidiary number 41. Now, this is Net Foundry Incorporation, which, according to my memory, is a recent business that we have started. So here, if I see the accumulated losses are already 329 on a loss of nearly 124 crores this year. So can you tell us what is the management perspective for turning around this particular business of Net Foundry so that it contributes meaningfully and is not a drag on the company's performance? And finally, I must say that page number 51, we have listed out of string of awards which the company has won. I congratulate the company for all these awards. And finally, last but not the least, I must thank Zubin, Riddhi, and all the team members for making participation in this meeting in every form a very smooth affair. I will close with best wishes to the directors and employees. I thank you, sir, for giving me an opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Bade. Our 13th speaker for the day is Mr. Yusuf Rangwala.
Mr. Rangwala, if you could kindly switch your camera on, turn your microphone on and speak. Mr. Rangwala?
आपको आवाज आ रही है? गुड
Haji,
आफ्टरनून सर, आपको आवाज आ रहा है मेरा सर, चेयरमैन साहब?
Haji, we can
हाँ
hear
सर,
you.
आपको आवाज आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
फर्स्ट तो सर अपने लक्ष्मीकांत नारायण साहब, आपको सर सब प्रणाम नमस्कार, और मैडम आपको भी मेरा सब प्रणाम नमस्कार। सर डायरेक्ट पॉइंट पे आऊंगा। एनुअल रिपोर्ट 426 पेजेस, अपना कंपनी सेक्रेटरी जुबिन अदिल पटेल सर, उनको जितना धन्यवाद दो कम है सर। उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी बैलेंस शीट बनाई सर, वेरी एक्सीलेंट, वेरी कलरफुल एंड वेरी नॉलेजेबल सर। अराउंड 420 pages का बैलेंस शीट है, वेरी एक्सीलेंट। डिविडेंड 21 rupees on face rupees of 10. Sir, I would like to, when was the last bonus given, sir? I would like to visit 37th annual general meeting. When we can accept a bonus from your side, if possible, after the Diwali, if you keep a small get together, sir. Lakshmikant sir, आपसे मिलना चाहता हूँ sir, और मैडम आपसे भी, if you keep a small get together at the office, so that will be a humble request. Nothing more to add. I end my speech praying the God. And nothing more to add. We are having APS अपना 63 rupees है, आपने अच्छा डिविडेंड दिया है सर। ये दिखाता हाउ यू कैरिंग फॉर अ शेयर होल्डर, वेरी गुड सर्विसेज सर। आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विद अवर जुबिन सर, उनके लिए एक शेयर पेश करना जुबिन सर के लिए। चमकता रहे सूरज, चमकता रहे सूरज, जैसे अपने पास सेक्रेटरी सर, उनकी कभी चांदनी का, उनकी कभी सूरज में रोशनी कम नहीं होती है, ऐसे अपने सेक्रेटरी कभी सर रोशनी कम नहीं होती है सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच, मे गॉड ब्लेस अवर कंपनी. And my best wishes for you, sir. My nothing more to add, madam. I end my speech only, madam. Thank you very much. जय हिंद, मैडम। मैं आपको, मेरा वीडियो दिखता है मैडम? आपको आपको मेरा वीडियो दिख रहा है मैडम? एक मिनट में अपना वीडियो चालू किया, आपको दिख रहा है मैडम? जय हिंद सर, एंड माय स्पीच सर, जय हिंद सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, Mr. Rangwala. 14th speaker for the day is Mr. Shrikant Jawar.
Mr. Jawar, if you could please turn your camera on as well as your microphone. We can hear you, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead and speak.
Good afternoon, Chairperson and MD Lakshmi Narayan sir, and all our board orders को धन्यवाद। जो अब अपना वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस मीटिंग हो रहा है, मैं हैदराबाद से बात कर रहा हूं सर। तो मैं आई हैव ओनली 2 क्वेश्चन सर। अपना लास्ट दिस मंथ तो जो एक्विजिशन करे उसके बारे में थोड़ा जानकारी दीजिए सर। और सर आज अपना शेयर प्राइस 2000 के ऊपर है, तो स्टॉक स्प्लिट करने का सोचे तो अपना उसमें लिक्विडिटी बढ़ेगी सर, तो उसके बारे में प्रपोजल रखिए सर, तो लिक्विडिटी बढ़ेगी तो और अच्छा रहेगा सर। और साथ में मैं पटेल सर और ललित सर को भी धन्यवाद, जो टाइम से हमारे लिंक दिया गया है, और आते सो पूरे त्योहारों की शुभकामनाएं सर। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you. Our 15th shareholder for the day is Mr. Priyank Jayesh Kothari.
Mr. Kothari, kindly unmute your microphone, switch your camera on and speak.
Hello.
We can hear you, sir.
A very good afternoon to the Chairperson, Mr. Renuka Ramanathan, to the CEO, Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, to the CFO, Mr. Kabir, and to all the other renowned Chairperson members of the board. So on this 37th AGM, I would first like to express my heartiest congratulations to you, to Mr. Kabir, and to the entire team of Tata Communications, sir, for the change that you all have brought into this company in just a matter of 3 years. So it's really commendable. If one just goes back to in history and evaluates this company, so our company would be recognized as pre-2019 and post-2019. I really feel proud to be a shareholder of this company, and would just like to say that the change the energy that you all have got in this business and company is really different now. You well deserve the Forbes Award, and Mr. Kabir well deserves the Business World Award. And I applaud your awards with great pride, sir. So one more recognition, I realized that to understand this company in future now, I would really need to appreciate that the real hard work that has gone behind in getting this company right in last 3 years, sir. So and I appreciate the company for the same. So now I come to some of the business questions which would allow me to get more understanding about our company. So annual report is really comprehensive and detailed. However, being a non-tech background, it's tough for me as an investor to really get the sense of this potential. I can really sense that we are becoming the relevant business for major transformation that is coming in the future for all the enterprises. In same regards, if you can give the answers of these few questions, will give me a better understanding. So from the annual report and the analyst day presentation that I went through, I realized that we have categorically highlighted the digital fabric as a layer, which would become the pillar of future growth. However, as a layman, if you can please give us in a simple term that with any case study or an example to give an understanding that what do you mean by this digital fabric as a layer. Also, if you can give a sense about the size of this opportunity and what makes you confident that we have the chance to become the most relevant and become big in this opportunity. So my second question is, so with my own limited knowledge, I understand that we have competition from various types of companies in our major products. Then what makes us different to stand out in this competition when you're going for a global to become a global player in this segment? So we have given a lot of importance to the hyper-connected world, which is going to be the reality in future. So first, if you can give some real-time example of what do you mean by hyper-connected world, and if you can also talk about our role in this space and how would this become the opportunity for us. So my next question is, in the annual report, it is very elaborative and each product is explained quite well in detail. I observe few things that we are roughly touching a very large number of industries or sector through our various products. Can you give some sense that what is the large opportunity globally that we foresee and why you feel that we can be an important player in this global arena with these products? So we have most of our products catering to B2B segment, which Mr. Renuka also spoke in her opening remark. So that the B2B segment, that enterprise related, but we also have now few bouquet of products, which I understand can also cater to a large B2C segment. So I understand that the Digo, the InstaCC, the Kalera, which you have recently acquired, are competing with some global competitors like Twilo. So we can be a very significant B2C enterprise company also. If you can give some highlight or give some sense of what are our thoughts on these particular products. So our asset on which we are building these new platforms are basically the old undersea cable that we have built it over a period of time. I want to now know that when the world big companies and countries are talking about network through satellites, do you think our assets will still remain relevant in future? Secondly, to keep growing our new platform businesses, how much do we need to keep investing going forward? So many new technologies like AI, ML, AR, IoT are making many old businesses redundant and irrelevant. How do you see this technology impacting us, or do we see them as a reason for us to become big and relevant in the times to come? So in the Investor Day presentation, I had also heard about Mr. Kabir talked about the land development, which we are already at the 5th year. So if you can give some more thoughts or more clarity that where exactly are we standing and when do we expect that we start seeing some kind of monetization happening from the land, the land parcels? So we have also last year added a lot of employees. So any thoughts on what is the future plans in terms of adding new employees with the growth that we are expecting now? So this is just an offbeat question from the core business. So it has remained in my mind since you joining this company and Mr. Kabir joining this company. So when you all joined this company, I really understand this company was in a totally different shape, a different kind of a balance sheet. So what was the thought when you all joined and how did you actually approach that what you wanted to do? And we can now see that we have really achieved a great heights. So now if you can also talk that now, how do you see this company in the coming decade? So I really know you have given the presentation with the, your 3-year targets or 4-year targets, but I'm looking not from a number point of view, but from a business point of view, that where do you see this company really tapping in the global arena? So another humble request. So Mr. Chirag and Mr. Rajiv have been very, very cooperative. So I've been trying to, I actually was very keen to attend the analyst day presentation. However, my bad luck, I could not make it up. So would I just request that if even few investors could be allowed, maybe because those who have been tracking this company for a long time now. So just a humble request, sir. Once again, I would appreciate to the management for all the great efforts they have achieved, and all the best. Good luck to reach bigger heights in time to come, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Priyank. Our 16th speaker shareholder is Ms. Priyanka Jain.
Ms. Jain, your camera is on. Could you kindly unmute your microphone? Ma'am, you could kindly unmute your microphone. Ma'am, we can't hear you still.
Am I
Yeah,
audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Now you are now audible.
Okay. Namaskar, Renuka Madam and Lakshmi Narayan sir. Myself, Priyanka from Delhi. Thank you for giving me opportunity for this meeting. And this is my great honor, ma'am. And this is my first time I'm speaking in front of you, honorable person. And I have not as such as, I'm nervous as well. First of all, I would like to appreciate the fact that all the corporate department, all the member of corporate department, they're so cooperative, they're so supportive, and they all, whenever I ask any query and any question, they instantly they give the positive response to me. And about this company, ma'am, the company has shown growth and revenue increasing day by day, continuously, and you're declaring dividend so good in this year. And I wish you give, I wish it goes high, and I always dividend high give to, what would I say? I'm so nervous about to Gaurav. I would request to kindly update about your future plan and business plan and strategy time to time. Update us. And lastly, looking to the revenue and profitability, I request Renuka Madam and Lakshmi Narayan sir, consider the bonus as well, ma'am. That's it, and nothing as well. Thank you so much for this opportunity given me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Jain. Our 17th speaker for the day is Mr. Dinesh Bhatia.
Mr. Bhatia, if you could kindly switch your camera on, turn your microphone on and speak.
हेलो, हाँ मेरा आवाज सुनाई देता है सर?
हाँ जी.
अभी वीडियो भी किया है.
Yes, sir, we can see you also.
फर्स्ट तो मैं रेणु जी आपको और लक्ष्मी नारायण जी को और आपका एंटायर टीम को कॉन्ग्रेचुलेसन कहूँगा कि बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट है. आप लोग की बहुत अच्छी मेहनत है, वो हमारी बैलेंस शीट पे रिफ्लेक्ट करती है. बहुत बढ़िया आप लोग कंपनी के पीछे मेहनत करते हैं. हमें डिविडेंड भी जो आपने अच्छा दिया उसके लिए भी मैं आपको ने आपका टीम को कांग्रेस कहूँगा, थैंक यू कहूँगा कि बहुत अच्छी बात है. आप लोग बहुत तरक्की कर रहे हैं. हमने जो अभी ये मंथ में 10 तारीख को आपने जो बीएसई को दिया वो भी देखा कि हमारी जो एक कंपनी जिसमें हमारा 58.1% था, OSSE फ्रांस की कंपनी थी जिसमें हमारा 58.1% था. आपने बाकी का जो रिमेनिंग पार्ट जो था वो पूरा लेके हम 100% हमारी सब्सिडी बना दी उनको. ये एक बहुत बढ़िया एक्सलेंट काम किया है. क्यों हम देखते हैं कि उसमें आपने जो दिया है कि उनका जो रेवेन्यू जो था वो 109 करोड़ या आखा साल का जो 2023 में 109 करोड़ उसका रेवेन्यू हुआ है. तो ऐसी कंपनी आपने 99 करोड़ एडिशनल डाल के जो परचेस एक्विजिशन कर लिया वो बहुत बढ़िया काम कर दिया. बहुत अच्छा है. हमें लगता है इसके कारण हमारा थोड़ा नेक्स्ट ईयर में थोड़ा मुनाफा भी ज़्यादा आएगा. और आप लोग जो कर रहे हैं एक से बढ़ के एक चीज़ कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि हम जो देखते हैं कि आपने जो दूसरा भी जो कंपनी एक जो है स्विच करके स्विच को भी आपने पूरा ले लिया हमारा कंपनी में. वो भी एक बहुत बढ़िया काम हुआ जिसके कारण हमारा मुनाफा बढ़ते ही जा रहा है. खाली मुझे एक चीज़ समझना था कि लास्ट ईयर हमने जो Tata Communications sold entire 67% stake Neotel PTY. तो उनका हमें 3,978 करोड़ रुपीस आया था हमें। फिर भी हमारा डेप्ट जो हम देखते हैं कि काफी डेप्ट है। और दूसरा हम ये देखते हैं कि हमारा जो डेप्ट जो कंसोलिडेटेड में देखेंगे 306 पेज पे, तो नॉन करंट बोरोइंग का हम जब तक हमारा सोच है कि नॉन करंट का इंटरेस्ट रेट कम रहता है, वो आपने 5,990 करोड़ से 5,000 करोड़ किया, 900 करोड़ कम हुआ। लेकिन जो करंट बोरोइंग जो है, जो करंट में आई थिंक इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा रहता है, वो बड़ा आया है। वो लास्ट ईयर हमारा 1,905 करोड़ था, उसके बदले 2,524 करोड़, 600 करोड़ बढ़ा है करंट में। तो ये थोड़ा उसके बारे में जानकारी देंगे कि आप नॉन करंट कम करके करंट में बोरोइंग में क्यों, कि जिसका इंटरेस्ट रेट आई थिंक ज्यादा रहता है। बाकी तो हम देखते हैं कि आप लोग ने बहुत बढ़िया तरक्की, बहुत हमारी जो कंपनी जो है, जो लास्ट ईयर से हमारा मुनाफा भी काफी अच्छा हुआ है। जो कंसोलिडेटेड में लास्ट ईयर हमारा 10 रुपए के शेयर के सामने 51.99 रुपीज था अर्निंग। ये साल में हमारा अर्निंग जो है, अर्निंग पर शेयर 10 रुपये के शेयर के पीछे हमने 63 रुपीज कमाया अर्निंग है। वो बहुत अच्छी चीज है। मेरे आगे भी एक स्पीकर ने कहा, ऐसा मैं भी आपको एक सजेस्ट करता हूं, अगला हमारा मीटिंग जो हो है उसमें अगर आप हमारा शेयर जो है 10 रुपये का स्प्लिट क्यों नहीं करते, स्प्लिट करने की कृपा करें। क्योंकि आज हम मार्केट में आप देखेंगे हमारा शेयर जो है टुडे मार्केट में 10 रुपीज का शेयर 1,609 रुपीज में कोट हो रहा है, जो एक अच्छी। अगर आप जो स्प्लिट करेंगे हमारा शेयर को, तो हमारा बैलेंस शीट पे सर कोई भी रिफ्लेक्शन नहीं पड़ेगा। मैं आपको बोनस के लिए नहीं बोलता हूं, क्योंकि बोनस देने से हमारा बैलेंस शीट पे काफी रिफ्लेक्शन होता है। पर ये अगर आप स्प्लिट करेंगे तो हमारा शेयर की संख्या बढ़ेगी और हमें जो है शेयर होल्डर को मिनी बोनस जैसा हो जाएगा। तो अगर हो सके तो आप ये स्प्लिट करेंगे, एक तो संख्या बढ़ेगी तो मार्केट में वॉल्यूम भी बढ़ेगा। जो 1,600 का शेयर कम लोग लेते हैं, अगर वही चीज आप 2 रुपये का शेयर कर दिया तो 400 रुपये में मिलेगा, 400-500 के अंदर हो जाएगा, तो लोगों को परचेस बाइंग कैपेसिटी बढ़ जाएंगी। तो हो सके तो आप नेक्स्ट आपका मीटिंग में ये एक स्प्लिट का सजेशन रखिए। हर सभी डायरेक्टर लोग अभी बैठे हैं, तो मैं आप सभी को कि आप रिफ्रेश करा के ये चीज का कुछ कीजिए। और बाकी तो मैं देखता हूँ आपका सेक्रेटरियल डिपार्टमेंट भी बहुत बढ़िया है। हमें अगला दिन भी रिफ्रेश किया कि आपको लिंक मिल गया। तो मैं आपका सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट को भी थैंक्स करता हूँ कि वो भी जैसा आप हमारा शेयर होल्डर की सोच रखते हैं कि हमारे शेयर होल्डर को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लाभ मिले, ऐसा आपका जो सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट भी हमारे लिए अच्छा जो रखते हैं रिलेशन, वो एक अच्छी बात है। मैं हर एक रिजोल्यूशन में सपोर्ट करता हूँ। ऑल द बेस्ट। थैंक यू।
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bhatia. Our 18th speaker shareholder is Mr. Rajesh Chainani.
Mr. Chainani, if you could kindly switch your camera and microphone on and speak.
Am I
We can
audible?
hear you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, respected Chairperson, Ms. Renuka Ramnath ji, and MD CEO Mr. Lakshmi Narayan ji, and a very highly distinguished board of directors, my fellow shareholders. My name is Rajesh Chainani. I'm speaking from Valepala, Mumbai. So first of all, I thank the secretarial department, Mr. Zuben ji, for sending the annual report very well on time. Riti ji for coordinating. Sir, it was, I started in the morning at 11. So now I've entered in the afternoon. So I should tell you good afternoon. And really, I had logged out actually. But again, I got a call from your secretarial department. So they are so much concerned, for the shareholders, so that they make sure to join the AGM. So I had a lot of questions, but my previous shareholders have covered each and everything. I think nothing is left for me, so I won't bother you a lot. But, madam, I had one query. you continue with the VC meeting because, I just want to say that Tata Communications is not related to India anymore. It is an international company. We are acquiring the companies overseas also. So we are having shareholders not only in India, forget Mumbai, not in India, even internationally, we have many, many shareholders. So at least, though they may not be the speakers, but they are at least logged in. So, same VC thing. And I just wanted to add something. We had a analyst and brokers meet. We had an analyst meet in Mumbai, which was held in Sofitel. So I just wanted to bring it to the point, when we have our own Taj hotels at Santa Cruz or Taj Lands End, why we are not holding the analyst or brokers meet there, because in 2021 it was held at Taj Santa Cruz or 2022. So I just wanted to bring to the point, you can at least make arrangement 1 week before or after, so better in our own hotels. And our company performance is very good. And nobody is mentioning about the hemisphere properties, which we got it through Tata Communications. So even that is trading at 100 rupees. It has touched the high of 230. So waiting for that miracle to happen in that now hemisphere properties. And Mr. Lakshmi Narayan ji, I am holding so long because you have made a miracle in Tata Elixir. So now people are just waiting whether Tata Communication or Tejas. One of the companies will become a Tata Elixir. So I hope both the companies turn around and become a Tata Elixir for us shareholders. And I wish you all the very best. And the festival is a month of festivals. The coming month is a month of festivals. So I wanted to have a few words I wanted to say for the management. फूलों की खुशबू, कलियों की बहार, चांद की चांदनी, अपनों का प्यार, मुबारक हो चेयरपर्सन मैडम आपको, सारे डायरेक्टर्स और शेयरहोल्डर्स भाइयों को आने वाले त्योहार. With this, I wish you all the very best and good wishes for the festive season. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Chainani. Our 19th speaker shareholder is Mr. Manoj Kumar Gupta.
Mr. Gupta, you have been placed in the meeting. Kindly switch your camera and microphone on and speak.
Hello?
We can hear you, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, respected Chairperson, Board of Directors, fellow shareholders. My name is Manoj Kumar Gupta. I am equity shareholder of Tata Communications Limited. I have joined this meeting from my residence, Kolkata. So first of all, I thanks to our MD and CEO, Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, for the excellent result of the company under his able leadership with his inspirable team. And I thanks to the company secretary and his team to help us to join this meeting through VC. Ma'am, I will not try to repeat the question. This is the 21st AGM under the umbrella of Tata's. Because in 2002 July, that Tata has acquired the company by the disinvestment by the NDA government under the leadership of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So this is the 21st AGM under the umbrella of Tata's. So, ma'am, I want to say few words. You have the second valuable property of the Tata Communication in Calcutta. If Tata Communication property, if you will go, the Tata Communication hold the valuable and assets in Calcutta, but there is no proper maintenance of that assets. So if Mr. Lakshmi Narayan is listening my views carefully, then I request Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, MD and CEO, just expend 2 crore to 5 crore rupees to maintenance and repair of that properties and flats. If you will go through the bypass near to Pardushan Bhavan, you will get an exclusive property of BSNL, earlier Videsh Sanchar, now Tata Communication. That's a very valuable assets of the company in the Eastern Metropolitan Bypass in Calcutta. If we will go through, around 50 flats are there and one bungalow is there. Bungalow is maintained, but flats are not maintained. So try to expend some money to maintain that flats. In Alipur area, you have not maintained. So you have a lot of property in Calcutta. So try to maintain that property. I will not suggest you to dispose of, but I suggest you to ask your executive to give that flats to accommodate your executives. Those are working in the company by maintaining, by painting and decorating that flats in Calcutta. And CSR, you are doing a lot of work under the CSR. So do something work in the CSR in the Calcutta, because you hold several properties and the tower of Tata Communication in the Ultadanga Main Road, heart of the city. So we try to do something under the CSR to help in the education health system and near to your center. And I believe I salute to our group chairman emeritus Mr. Ratan Tata. Under his visionary and under his leadership, this company is acquired by the government in 2002. And what's your future plan? And have you any plan to reduce the number of subsidiaries by merging or by listing to subsidiaries? And I strongly support of your ESOP to 23 plan resolution, because I always believe that employees should be part and parcel of the company and employees should get the shares at a nominal value. So I believe that you will issue the shares to the employees at a nominal value, that they will be also a part of the company and they can feel proud that I'm also part of the company. And I congratulate to our MD and CEO to acquire the France company's balance stake in the company by acquiring the 42%. With this, I believe that company will more progress and develop and touch the new heights. I totally agree with the previous speaker that when the company will be the Tata Elxsi and other company under the leadership of Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, that we want to see this company will be developed. Then you think about to split and reward the shareholders when the company will come together, the Tata Elxsi. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gupta. Our last speaker shareholder for the day is Mr. Kirtisha.
Mr. Shah, if you could kindly switch your microphone on, your camera as well, and speak.
Hello.
So we can hear you. Mr. Shah, please go ahead and speak. Mr. Shah? Mr. Kirtisha, if you'd kindly switch your switch your microphone on. There appears to be a network issue here, so we could, with that, we have invited all speaker shareholders who have registered to speak, and I hand the proceedings back to Mr. Zubin Patel, our company secretary.
I request the chairperson and the managing director to respond to the queries raised by the shareholders. Lakshmi.
So I would like to thank all the shareholders for coming forth with their questions and suggestions. I've requested the CEO to group some of the related questions and answer them together. If in this process, if you have still not answered any of the questions, you may drop an email to our company secretary and we'll make sure that all of your questions are responded. On the question of splitting the shares and bonus, there have been several shareholders who have alluded to it. We have noted your suggestion, stroke desire, stroke request, and we will discuss it at the board and take action that we believe is in the best interest of all stakeholders. All of you have appreciated the hard work, a quick response, respectful response given by our secretarial department, and also complimented the team, which we have graciously noted. It's also, I think, a very smart idea to keep complimenting the secretarial team so that they always keep you happy. Otherwise, the AGM will not be a pleasant one. I request the CEO now to take all the operating questions, particularly on the strategy and the future of the most recent acquisition. Many of you have asked that question, so if he could just answer them in a combined way.
Thank you. Thank you. So let me start from the questions on the product strategy, and there were questions on explaining what the 1330 stood for and the digital fabric. Essentially, the areas that we operate in are the connected solutions. And in connected solutions, we have all our Move platform, our IoT capabilities with our LoRa network that we have rolled out, which delivers all the worker safety for mines and factories. The connected solutions is what is helping with connected vehicles, connected cars, with automobiles, as well as the connected solutions for in the airline business, for example, to the crews and the pilots who carry the flight bags to download and upload information on a timely basis in a secure manner and in a very dependable manner. In the connected solution portfolio is also our what we call as industrial connectivity as a service to enable the industry 4.0 in factories. That's a combination of what we are able to deliver with a private 5G or an LTE unlicensed or even a LoRa WAN, or in some cases we are even deploying the Wi-Fi 6 solutions. So all of these solutions put together is what is enabling the Industry 4.0 and other industrial connectivity as a services. So this set of portfolios is what we group under connected solutions. The next portfolio is all about connected experiences, and in connected experiences we have all our collaboration portfolio, which we using our voice network that we are able to deliver collaboration services to to power up the Teams, to power up the Cisco and Zooms for enterprises, and how do you deliver all of this on a managed basis. So that is what we call as a in part of our collaboration service. In the connected experience, we also have now introduced the customer interaction platforms, which comprises of two main components of the platform. One is DIGO, and the other is the InstaCC. Essentially, this customer interaction platform is to solve a particular problem that the enterprises face. When they are interacting in the B2C world, when they are interacting with their consumers, that channels of communication is very fragmented today. You might be receiving SMSs, you might be receiving promotions on WhatsApp, you might be receiving calls from banks and other players to promote their products and offerings. And all of these channels are very fragmented. And what we are doing with our customer interaction platform is to converge all these channels of communication that the enterprise needs to have with their consumers, and not only converge them, but we also bring intelligence to that to make it even more contextual. So that is how we are powering up the entire customer experience. This is a part of what they have to build as part of their journey to satisfy their consumers. And there are many examples. One of you have asked for examples of that. There are examples where we are delivering these for food services, food delivery companies. When they have to call their customer, we anonymize the calls, and there are many other workflows that we are building those. So these are examples of our customer interaction platform. So that's the second area of connected experiences. The third area of the fabric is all about connected and agile infrastructure, where we bring all of our next generation connectivity, our core connectivity, our cloud and edge solutions into play there. So that is the connected infrastructure. So this largely the three main parts of the digital fabric, and our effort is to see how we can stitch them all together. The reason why we are saying it's important to stitch them all together is today, again, between the fabric, if somebody is deployed a LAN with Wi-Fi and somebody is having a wide area network, there are convergence of these two happening, whereas the policies, how they are managed today, are again fragmented. Our vision is to see whether all of these can be managed through a layer of software that will bring better visibility and manageability across, whether you are in a LAN or in your factory network or your wide area network, or how you connect to the cloud. All of these, how we can manage all of these in a much better fashion and in a much more secure fashion. So that's the vision of what we're talking about in digital fabric. There was also a question on what we are doing new in the network space. We are continuously investing and modernizing the network. make it more on demand. So we have launched on-demand products there. We are making internet a lot more fit for business with several variants of internet that we have launched. Software-defined networks, we have invested heavily in that space to both build our services, partner with other OEMs, as well as building our own capabilities to be able to deliver that. And we're also launching our multi-cloud connectivity, which helps to customers to connect across multiple clouds in a software-defined fashion. Similarly, in the security space, and there were questions and observations on how cybersecurity is becoming critical, how people are suffering from spams and so on. So this is becoming a very, very important area, and we focus on network security. We've invested in AI and ML algorithms to make the network a lot more secure. So our network security is fairly robust in terms of how we offer that, in terms of internet and how the edge of the network needs to be more secure as people break out of their branches and homes to the cloud. How do we make that secure? So we're investing in that part of the area in the network security. We've also launched to deliver security from the cloud. So it's called Cloud SOC, where we provide the ability for enterprises to detect and respond to security threats and vulnerabilities on a rapid response basis or near real-time basis. So those are what we call as a Cloud SOC, and we deliver that. There were observations on, yes, this Cloud SOC is not just in India. We've expanded that in UAE. We have also have a few customers now in Europe. And lastly, it's about IoT security. Along with Move, what we talked about as connected solutions, we are also making the IoT with our solutions a lot more secure. So we have patented platforms called iJura, and along with NetFoundry, which is a zero trust network, we are making the IoT a lot more secure, and there are customers who are taking up on those aspects. Now, the questions on 1330 is more about how we take these to market. Right? So previously, we take a long time to take something to the market. The 1330 brings a lot more agility. As we think about what products we want, we engage closely with the customer. So the stage one is really like a set of trial customers where we take this to those stage one customers, understand and learn from them. And then in the stage 3, we further harden the solutions, do the discovery on what pricing should be, how the promotion should be, and strengthen our own internal systems to be able to scale. And stage 30 is all about how do you scale these products once we've launched. So this is what we call as stage 1330. This is again in the early stages of introduction of these processes. To make ourselves agile. How do we get speed to market? And how do we scale things once we launch the market? So that's the essential principle of 1330. There were questions on the network side about satellites are coming, especially, what will the satellite communications, will it affect the undersea fiber and cable? The answer is no, the undersea fiber cable are very essential. Today, our cable systems that we run around the world carry a third of internet routes. So that's not something that is going to be substituted by satellites anytime soon. At the moment, the satellite use cases are largely for those use cases where either the fiber or cellular cannot reach. So those are the kind of use cases that satellite communications are addressing today. So these are from a broad range of questions on product strategy, the 1330 and the technology related questions. There were questions relating to acquisitions that we have announced recently, what the rationale for these acquisitions are and how we are going about integrating them. The 3 acquisitions that we talked about are Switch, which we had acquired in December. We closed the deal in May this year. And that Switch integration is ongoing. There's been a lot of diligence pre-acquisition and post-acquisition. The teams are working on integrating the companies. I have visited personally the Switch facilities in the US, met with all the management. done a lot of town halls. So the integration is still underway, and we are quite excited about the possibilities of what the two companies now coming together can achieve in the world of media. Similarly, Kalera that we have just announced, that is announced, and we expect the closure to happen in the next 6 to 9 months. And the rationale for, again, the Kalera acquisition is that with Digo, which we launched last year, we see tremendous potential. And what Kalera brings to the table is a mature platform that has been around for some time, carries a lot more of transactions than what Digo carries today. And they have solid presence in international markets, which with Digo, we have a good presence in India. We are expanding our presence in APAC, and we are, of course, beginning to knock the doors in Europe and other markets. But with Kalera, we bring these ready access and customers already established in these markets well. So there is a strong synergy of both the platform, strong synergy in terms of the markets that we want to take. It brings scale, and that helps us to push forward our ambition to grow in that customer interaction platform a lot more robustly. Similarly, Oasis, I think the acquisition was done. We had invested in this company before, and now we have completed taking the other minority stakeholders and making it a full subsidiary. Now, again, Oasis is a very integral part of our connected solutions. They specialize in eSIM. Essentially, how do you make this whole thing more software-centric? So they launched the Cloud SIM and so on. So it's a very exciting new area. It complements very well with our move strategy. So overall, the acquisition rationale have been to make sure that we can strengthen our product portfolio. It brings market and region access, customer access. It gives us our ability to scale. And while, as some of you have pointed out, while there has been because of these acquisitions, some of these companies are not making profits today, and that therefore will pull down our margins immediately post-acquisition. But our efforts would be to turn these around, bring the synergies to play, so that all of these can contribute more positively to the margins of Tata Communications. And so these are broadly the large set of questions. On the going forward, how do we look at CapEx investments and other investments in the future? Our CapEx would be in a similar range that we have been calling out in the 250 to 300 million range in the next few years. A few years there will be some uptick, like whenever we have in the past invested in a new cable system, there will be an uptick, and that we will continue to do going forward as well, as and when there are opportunities in new cable systems that we will invest. But otherwise, the envelope of the CapEx investments in the next few years is expected to be in the similar range.
Also, there are a lot of questions on working with Tata Group.
Yes. Yeah. The questions on the working with the other group companies such as Tejas, Tata Teleservices, Nelco, Tata Elxsi had been called out. We have strong relationships with all of them. Tejas is a provider of equipment to Tata Communications for quite a long time. And as they step into other areas, for example, with offerings in 5G, we have set up our 5G capabilities, and as and when they are available, there are synergies to be exploited there. Similarly, with Tata Teleservices, they operate in a very different segment, and we have relationship with them in the areas of voice. We applied for a VNO license, and they are providing those capabilities to Tata Communications. And similarly, they are taking some of our products to their segments of the market. So there are relationships between the two companies that we are synergizing to take to market while maintaining the arm's length relationship, because all of these companies are separate entities. And that same applies with other companies such as Tata Elxsi, Nelco, and TCS and others within the group companies. Yeah.
You want to talk about generative AI?
Yeah. So similarly, on the technology side, there was a question on generative AI. Now, Gen AI has created a lot of buzz, especially with ChatGPT. We are looking at not just ChatGPT, but other such technologies that leverage the large language models. And the opportunity largely for Tata Communications is one is internally focused to see how we can become more efficient, and our teams are looking at various areas where we can apply such technologies for our own efficiencies. And the second is to see how we can use these technologies for exposing our products. So for example, as part of our digital fabric, we have talked about how APIs are going to be consumed by applications of enterprises. In many areas, as we build platforms, there are use cases where the Move APIs and the DGO APIs can come together to provide a very innovative solution. For example, in how when somebody is going to book for a EV charging station, how all of these can combine together, the Move platform and DGO platform can come together. And as we expose these APIs, we are looking at how generative AI can help in companies to come up with, asking a question to say, book me a charging station at this time. So to be able to accomplish this by the applications, we can help them to come up with APIs using Gen AI. So those are some of the areas that we are looking at, and this is immense potential, and we will be continuing to look at how we can use this in our digital fabric.
Reliance Jio money we have received. Somebody asked. Whether we have received the money from Jio.
So there was a question on some of the legal cases and litigation, and relating to that, there was a question on Reliance Jio outstanding. We have received 73 crores money that was outstanding. Yeah. So really, again, coming to the subsidiaries, there was a question on both Tata Communications Canada as well as NetFoundry. So TC Canada, there have been accumulated losses in some of our international entities, especially in Canada, as a result of the past acquisitions of Teleglobe and Tyco Global. The business is currently profitable, and we keep utilizing these tax losses in our books. The question on NetFoundry, your observation on the losses on NetFoundry are noted. NetFoundry is an incubation. We are looking at several exciting use cases, which are zero trust network access, both in the IoT case as well as in the other enterprise use cases. And we will keep pivoting, and the challenge really is for this company to look at some of those use cases which can really scale within enterprises. We are winning new customers, but the challenge is just to scale them. We will carefully manage these, and we will have to allow that leeway for these companies to, in the early stages of incubation, to be able to develop the products, listen to the markets, and to be able to continuously pivot. And we will keep a close watch to see how we can turn this around. So there was a question from Mr. Majumdar on the matter of premature termination of exclusivity and why it's not heard in the court for many, many years. In 2005, we had filed a case against the Union of India before the Bombay High Court on this matter of premature termination of exclusivity. After Tata Communication, we did not receive the favorable order on a technical reason of jurisdiction in the single bench of Bombay High Court. An appeal has been filed in 2010 by Tata Communications before the division bench on this matter. While the appeal was admitted by the High Court, the reply of Department of Telecommunication representing the Union of India is not yet filed. Thus, the matter has not come up for hearing yet. Yeah. So that's the specific answer to that question. Yeah, and there was a question about the land and the real estates and what the strategy for monetization of these assets are. Now, we have formulated a fairly detailed strategy. Our land parcels are there in many places. The land usage for what it was given are also for varying different reasons. Some of the titles and the papers of all of them are also old, and we are one by one looking at them. So broadly, we have a strategy on how to go about all of these, and we are tackling all of these in a very systematic manner. And please be assured that there is a lot of diligence going into this aspect to see how we can and monetize it in a proper fashion. Thank you. I think I covered all the questions. Zubin?
Sure. Thank you, Ms. Ramnath and Mr. Lakshminarayanan, for addressing the queries of the shareholders. In case any shareholder requires any further clarifications or has any additional questions, they may write to us on investor.relations@tatacommunications.com, and we will provide a suitable response. The 15-minute period for e-voting is now open. I request shareholders who have not cast their votes to please cast their votes now. I request Ms. Ramnath to close the meeting with a vote of thanks. Ms. Ramnath.
Well, thank you all for your active participation. Thanks once again for your support throughout the year, and look forward to your continued encouragement for the management, who will give us very pleasant performance next year as well. And see you next year. Till then, be safe.